Hello Suncoast Yogis, welcome to your first virtual online class. So hoping that you're all keeping well and staying as sane as you can through all of this challenging time. Keeping in mind that this is what we practice for. So this is one of the most incredible opportunities, one of the most challenging opportunities to take all of this theory of yoga and really move it into your daily life, take it off of your mat, into your community, and just really turning it from theory into practice. So just coming into a seated position as soon as you're ready and allowing the hands to rest on your thighs. Your right leg is in front of your left, and you're just lifting and lengthening through the spine as you close down the windows of your eyes. Just allowing the breath to flow in and out through the nose. And as always, we take these first few moments to really become aware of our surroundings, aware of our bodies, and aware of our breathing. Breathing in and out through the rings of the nose, creating that audible oceanic sound, and allowing the breath, as always, to be the barometer, to be the rhythm of our yoga practice. The breath will always guide us back to our center. The breath will always allow us to tune in and just reconnecting with this moment through the power of our breathing. With your eyes remaining closed and your breath remaining primary, allow the hands to rise once again to your heart center into Anjali Mudra. And just between the palms of the hands, that sacred space in front of our hearts, we plant an intention for this practice. Dedicating your energy, your efforts to someone or something. And then charging your practice, charging your intention with the sound of Om. Take a deep breath in. Releasing your hands as you open the windows of your eyes, interlacing your fingers and taking a breath in that allows your elbows to float high. On your exhalation, press your palms away, tuck your chin and rounding through your spine. The inhalation lifts us, lengthens us as we grow a little bit taller. Exhale, sweeping your arms down and around as wide as you can, interlacing your fingers. On the inhalation, please feel the expansion of your heart. And on your exhalation, forward folding as far as your body will allow you to go safely. Stay and breathe. Taking one more full breath in and out. On the inhalation, please rise safely, smoothly. And on your exhalation, taking your left hand to your right knee. We inhale to lift, to lengthen, to grow a little taller. And on your exhalation, taking your eye gaze over your right shoulder. On the inhalation, growing that little bit taller. On the exhalation, moving maybe a millimeter deeper. Taking one more breath in and out. On the inhalation, your eyes return. On your exhalation, releasing your twist, grounding your hands behind you, 6 to 12 inches, feet in front. Lifting through the heart space, variation 1. Option 2, lift the hips a little bit. Or variation 3, moving into your full tabletop. Eye gaze remaining forward, or maybe gazing to the ceiling. If your neck feels ready and your neck allows, releasing the head back, flooding the breath across the heart, stamping your feet down to really find the connection to the earth. One more deep breath remaining. Breathe in. And on your exhalation, just gently lowering yourself down to the floor. Once you've arrived safely, left foot is in front of right. Hands to your heart center. On the inhalation, interlace your fingers, lift your elbows. The exhalation finds us rounding and flexing through the spine. Breathe in, find the lift, find the length. And on your exhalation, circling your arms down and around. Interlace your fingers, knuckles to floor, heart to ceiling, opening through the throat. Release forward on your exhalation as far as your body will allow. Breathe in. Taking one more deep centering breath in and out. On the inhalation, lift and rise. On the exhalation, releasing your hands and taking a gentle twist. Right hand, left knee, left hand behind you like a second spine. The inhalation finds more lift, more length through your spine. The exhalation, we take the eye gaze over the shoulder. How deeply can you breathe? One more full deep breath in and out. On the inhalation, let the eyes return. On your exhalation, releasing your twist and making your way over onto your hands and knees. Once you arrive in that 4-point kneeling position, just check that your shoulders and your wrists are stacking, checking that your hips and your knees are stacking, tucking your toes for a little extra support. On the in-breath, find the lift of your tailbone, the lift of your heart, the lift of your chin. And on the exhalation, raise the roof, tuck the chin, scoop the belly, looking to your navel center. The inhalation articulates the spine into extension, one vertebra at a time. The exhalation raises us and scoops us towards the ceiling, finding flexion. Just taking one more. Feeling opening and expansion as we dip into the belly. And then really tapping into your strength as you scoop the belly and push the floor away. Coming back to a neutral position, pausing, feeling the aliveness of the Mula Bandha, so pelvic floor engaging. And if it feels available for you, just hovering your knees a millimeter off the floor. Stay and breathe. Taking one more full deep breath in. And on your exhalation, lightly grounding your feet, walking your hands forward, checking that your hands are shoulder distance apart, tucking the toes and making your way into your first downward facing dog. Once you've arrived here, please allow a little bit of movement to come into your dog. Taking what you need in this moment to really create length in the body and to really just undo any cobwebs, any kinks that are remaining. Taking one more breath, maybe to pedal the heels, maybe to nod the head, rolling through the shoulders if that feels good to your body. And then let's pause in that down dog shape. Remembering at any time you have the option of using child's pose instead. So really allowing the practice to be whatever you need it to be today. Breathing in. Tucking the chin, looking between your feet or to your knees. On the in-breath, creating a little bit more length through the arms, through the legs, but never do the heels need to find the floor. One more full deep breath in. And on your exhalation, bend your knees like you're on the starting blocks. Look forward, stepping your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale once you've arrived, lengthening through spine. And exhaling to forward fold. Rising to standing, sweeping the arms, pressing the palms, looking to your thumbs if the neck will allow, and releasing your hands to your heart center into Samasthiti. So Surya Namaskar A, let's greet the stay. Breathing in from the floor to the ceiling, exaggerate the length of the body. On your exhalation, forward folding, bend the knees as much as you need. On the breath in, either hands to shins or fingertips to floor, looking forward. And on your exhalation, stepping or maybe hopping as we lower the knees the first round and come all the way down to the floor with control. Take your fingertips wide, bring your feet hip distance apart, and on the breath in, tuck the chin but rise into extension and then lift the chin last. As we descend, the chin still stays lifted until we find the floor again. Rising with the in-breath, feeling just gentle extension through the spine. On the exhalation, just descending with control. Taking 2 more. One more, please. Once you've landed safely, pop your hands just beneath your shoulders and either moving through child's pose or maybe an up dog as you transition back into your downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathe out 1. Breathing in, breathe out 2. Taking 1 more full deep breath in. On your exhalation, bend your knees to prepare, looking forward. Lightly stepping or hopping, the inhalation will lift you once you've arrived safely. Exhale, crown to ground. Rising, sweep your arms, spread your wings, standing tall. Releasing your hands to your heart center. Samasthiti. Just 1 more A. Energize from floor to ceiling. On the exhalation, diving over the waterfall, remember the chin is the last piece to bow forward. Breathing in, how long can you make your arms, your legs, your spine? Breathing out to step or hop, lowering your knees or staying on your toes, but we're only coming halfway. The inhalation moves you to baby cobra or upward facing dog. The exhalation takes you to child's pose or downward facing dog. Breathing in. One more breath, please. On the exhalation, we bend to prepare, ready to step or hop. As we lift and lengthen on the in-breath, we exhale to surrender. Rising, really energize the body from the floor to the fingertips. Releasing hands to heart center. Samasthiti. So Surya Namaskar B, building our flow. Bend your knees, take a deep seat into Utkatasana. On the exhalation, down the midline of the body, lift your hips, release your head. Breathe in, either hands to shins or fingertips to floor, looking forward. Breathing out to step or hop as you lower through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Exhaling up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Please bend your knees, looking forward. Your right leg steps through to the top of your mat. Release your left knee and just take a breath in up to ceiling. Once you've arrived safely, maybe shifting the weight forward, grounding right hand to right knee. Pressing forward with the femur, lifting and lengthening through the left hand, creating a little bit of a back bend if your body will allow. Stay and breathe. One more breath in. On the exhalation, simply ground your left hand to the floor. Spin your chest towards your thigh. Variation 1, stay with the knee on the floor. Variation 2, lifting into your back leg. If it still feels good, taking right hand to ceiling. I have a hair in my mouth. As we stay and breathe here. Transitioning the energy from the floor to the fingertips. Spreading your wings, but checking in with your back leg. Could you make your back leg any straighter, any stronger? One more deep breath. I think I got the hair. Hallelujah. On the exhalation, just grounding the hand to the inside of your foot. Please pivot your way to the middle of your mat. Slightly pigeon toe your feet. And on your in-breath, energize the length of your arms, your legs. On the exhalation, you're forward folding. Variation 1, you bend your knees. No, nothing more required. Variation 2, you're gently folding into this position and you're walking your hands back so that they line up with the heels of your feet. Your elbows are squeezing an imaginary beach ball and you're finding a slight little shift into the balls of your toes. Stamp your big toes down. Press energetically into the outer edges of your feet. And really lift and engage your quadriceps if the body will allow. Finding breath within the posture. Finding focus within this moment. You got it. One more deep breath in and out. On your inhalation, please lift your heads, lift your hearts, pausing. On the exhalation, you either catch your hands to your knees or your waist. The inhalation rises us all the way up to standing and just pausing with your hands at heart center for Samasthiti. Please pivot your right toes, those would be your left, outwards, and taking the arms to prepare for Trikonasana. Left toes are pressing away, right toes are angling in. When you are ready, energize your legs, reaching. And when you can no longer reach any further, simply land the hand on the thigh, the shin, the foot, or the floor. Rolling the top shoulder back, tucking the bottom hip under, maybe turning eye gaze to the top thumb and mouth stacking. How deeply can we breathe across the heart? And how strong and centered and grounded can we be in this moment? One more deep breath remaining. On the exhalation, looking down, bending deeply into your knee. I'd love for you to take one Sun Warrior. So let your left hand rise, let the right hand find your thigh, pause. And then windmilling once again, you're either catching your hand to the thigh, right hand to ceiling, and shifting the weight for a floating half moon. Variation 1 looks exactly like this. Variation 2, you play with the idea of lifting that leg a little. And variation 3, you then just moving as far as you feel safe. Challenge, but still within control. Grounding into the bottom hand if that feels available. Your final variation is bending the top leg, reaching for that top foot. No option is better than the other. Just playing with variations as we explore movement and breath together. There's one more breath wherever you are. And coming out of this as mindfully as we came into this. So if you've taken a bind with the foot, just releasing and opening through the leg and the arm. Grounding through the back foot, so that means bending and controlling the descent back into your Warrior 2. Once you've arrived, just staying and breathing, checking that the hip and the knee is in one line through that front leg, the knee is over the ankle, and finding that centered line through the front and the back of the body. Your middle finger is your focal point, your drishti, as you find the breath and feel the energy within the legs. One breath remains. And moving into your side angle, so reaching across that line of the body, grounding into elbow, perhaps taking ankle, or final variation to bring palm to floor. Your right hand circles down and around past your face and roll the heart towards the ceiling. One straight line from the fingertip to the heel. Eye gaze to the floor, to the front, or the palm of your hand. Feel the energy through the top of the body. Taking all of this energy that's been churning within the body and alchemizing it into something really beautiful. One more deep breath in. On your exhalation, looking down, we're framing the foot, we're lifting the back heel. Your next in-breath will slide you to the top of your mat, which is the back of your mat, and exhaling to forward fold. Bend your knees, sweep your arms, come into your Utkatasana, and then standing tall on the exhalation to Samastitihi. Second time, last time. Inhale, come low, come deep. Feel the power of your legs. On the exhalation, we travel through the midline of the body, lifting hips, releasing head. The breath in invites length into the body. The breath out moves us back to our plank pose as we lower on knees or toes through our chaturanga. Finding that moment of expansion before we release up and back into our downward facing dog. Please bend your knees looking forward, backwards. It is your left foot that moves to the back of your mat. Release your knees, allow your hands to rise. Feeling the core engaging, pelvic floor, lower belly. And then if we can, switching on through that right glute to provide stability in the pelvis. Finding left hand, left thigh, pressing forward through the femur, but then counterbalance that with extension through the spine. The breath is what guides us. One more deep breath in. On your exhalation, left hand finds the floor. Spinning the chest towards your thigh. This is our option one. Perhaps digging in the toes, tucking and lifting through that back knee. And finally, spreading your wings. Notice if the back leg has gotten bent, just re-straighten. And shifting the weight slightly forward into the balls of your feet. The breath invites more expansion, more vitality, more lightness into the body. The exhalation is where we find the energy that is centered and grounded. There's one more deep breath to be found. Breathe in. And on your exhalation, coming to the inside as we pivot to the middle of our mats again. Slightly pigeon toe your feet. Take the breath in to lengthen, to lift. And on the exhalation, we forward fold again. Option to walk the hands to your calves, maybe sliding them down to your Achilles tendons. But wherever you are, revisiting this feeling of a wide leg forward fold. Stamp your big toes down. Outer edges of the feet alive. And on the inhalation, cascade the spine towards the floor, stretching the crown of the head towards the floor. One more. On your inhalation, lengthen, lift forward. On the exhalation, bend your knees, hands to your knees or your waist. We rise with the in-breath back to standing and setting up for a Trikonasana on second side. Right toe spinning out, left toe slightly turning in. Roll the flesh of the right leg slightly open, creating that micro bend in the front knee, your right knee as you extend. Landing where it feels best to your body. Finding just that gentle, fine balance between challenging the body and moving slightly out of our comfort zone. There's one more breath for you to be found here. Breathe in. On your exhalation, looking down, bending the knee. We sweep, we rise, right hand to ceiling, left hand to thigh. We are grounded and uplifted all in the same moment. From here, transitioning into Ardha Chandrasana, that floating half moon. So option to ground the hand to the knee, shifting the weight slightly. The toe can stay on the floor. Our option 2 is just to play with the idea of lifting the leg, knowing that you can touch down 1,000,000 times. Variation 3, you begin to lift the back leg. There's construction going on in the gym. And then grounding into your right hand only if that feels available. Your final variation is to bend the top leg, a little treasure hunt for the hand and the feet to find each other. Kick the foot into the hand. That brings the stability to the posture. And a steady eye gaze always steadies the body. Taking 2 breaths in. One more, please. As gracefully as we came in, we spread through the arm, we release the leg, grounding by bending first into the right, lightly landing through the left, and coming into Warrior 2. We check that our hip and knees in one line. We stack the knee over the ankle, and we stack the shoulders over the hips before turning our gaze down the middle fingernail. Spread the skin across your heart, flooding the breath from fingertip to fingertip as we feel the strength of our legs. In your own time, begin to extend and moving either to your elbow, to your ankle, or to the inside of your foot. Top arm coming down and around past the face, spinning the pinky finger to the floor as we look to the palm of the hand. Maybe the hips come down a little tiny bit further. Maybe the breath has the expansion available. There's one more breath with your name on it. And then our eyes turn to the floor. We frame the foot. We pivot the back heel, but rather than coming back to the end of the mat, we step that leg back and land our knee. Taking a seat, coming into the position of Paschimottanasana with our legs in front, celebrating our efforts in our standing sequence, taking the breath skywards, maybe bending the knees if you need, and then easing yourself forward. So in this position, we know that we can bend the knees. Either taking the edges of your feet or wrapping around the soles of your feet. Let's take one breath in together to lengthen. And then on the exhalation, let's just let it all go. One more breath remaining. Breathe in and breathing out. On your inhalation, lift your heads, your hearts. On the exhalation, sitting back and grounding your hands halfway between your hips and your knees. Point your toes this time, lift through your heart. On your inhalation, floating through your right leg. On the exhalation, let it go. I know how much you guys like these. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower, reset posture. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. There's 2 remaining. Reset posture one last time. And last opportunity to lift. Beautifully done. Please take your legs wide. I'll face you. And coming into our forward fold. Bent knees, hands can be grounded, or maybe you're choosing to walk the hands forward. Hands can rest on thigh as heart travels forward, leading with the heart rather than the nose. But finding that position where you're feeling just a gentle stretch. Close your eyes. Invite the awareness back into the body. And allow the breath to really wash over you. this sacred, ancient conversation between our bodies and our breath. One more, please. On your inhalation, lift your hearts. On your exhalation, sitting back, your hands can be in front or behind you, knees can be bent, and coming back into that core cultivation again. So choosing the position that challenges you, but the position that allows you to maintain really beautiful posture. Inhale, lift. Exhale to lower. 4 remaining, please. I feel like you're all here with me. It's really beautiful. 1 more. On your inhalation, lift once more. On your exhalation, right leg tucking in, squaring your left shoulder to your left foot, sliding towards that ankle. You know the drill, forearms to floor, peace fingers to Achilles. Roll the top shoulder away, maybe taking top arm to ceiling. Coming over into that side fold. On the in-breath, we roll open. On the exhalation, we feel the strength through Mula Bandha pelvic floor. There's 2 more. 1 more, please. You're ready to be rock stars, always and forever. Grounding into your right hand, left hand to ceiling. Point your toes. Variation 1, stay there. Variation 2, up and over. Spinning eye gaze to floor or to the palm of the top hand. Make the top side of your body longer than you think it can be as you take 1 more deep breath in. And on the exhalation, spinal roll your way down. Simply exchange the legs, coming to the other side, tucking in, grounding and spinning before sliding. Achilles tendon, peace fingers hook in, and choosing perhaps to lift through your top arm. As the top arm comes over, the moment you feel yourself closing, we've gone too far. The focus is spiraling towards the ceiling, opening through our hearts. One deep breath remaining. Rock starring your way to the other side. Ready? This is about as crazy as my parties get. Sweeping up and over. Eye gaze to floor, pinky finger or palm of the top hand. Could you be any longer through the top side of your body as you take 1 more deep breath? On the exhalation, gently spiral your way down and around. And when you're ready, come and lay on your back with me, please. Beautiful effort. We're coming into a bridge or a back bend. So walking the feet in, hip distance apart, lifting up through the hips when you're ready. Perhaps interlacing the fingers and walking the shoulders underneath. If it's part of your practice, we're flipping the hands, placing them beside our heads. The stepping stone into this posture is first just to the crown of the head. And then only if the body approves, we're lifting into that wheel pose. Staying and breathing. If you're in wheel pose, I'd love for you just to kiss the ground with your head and then immediately come back up again. If you're in bridging position now, I'd like you to lift your heels and just go to the tips of your toes. If you're in your bridge, you could do the same, just coming onto the tips of your toes for these last 2 breaths. In your own time. Tuck your chin if you're in bridge, in wheel, pardon me, and spinal roll your way down to the floor, gathering the knees to the chest to deload your spine, and then creating those gentle rocking movements from side to side. Coming into our close. So let's move into happy baby pose, separating the knees. Option to stay here or standing on the ceiling, hands beneath or reaching for your feet. Please gently draw the knees down and creating that gentle rock from side to side. So happy we had the opportunity to practice together in whatever form, whatever shape it takes. Still just feeling the power of community and connection. In your own time, we move into our Shavasana. So gather the knees once more, take a gentle rock once more. And then please, just setting yourself up for the position that feels best for your body. We'll just take a few minutes in stillness. And this is so important that we take the time for stillness. So in these first few moments, just really allow the body to find a position of comfort. And scanning the body from the crown of your head all the way to the tips of your toes. Taking all of the awareness to the right side of your body. And on your next exhalation, allow the right side of your body to completely relax. Taking all of the awareness to the left side of your body. And on the exhalation, allow the left side to relax. The awareness moves to the front of your body. Deep breath in. Allow the front of the body to completely relax. The awareness moves to the back of your body. On your exhalation, back of the body completely relaxes. And finally, feel the totality of your being. Take a full body breath in. And on your exhalation, allow your whole body to relax. Allow your whole body to relax. In this moment of stillness, with the noises continuing around us, with the chaos continuing around us, we remain centered deep within our own space, and we become the lighthouses in the storm. Please move your awareness to your hearts. And feeling all of the emotions. The fear, the anger, the sadness, but also the love. The love that will sustain us. The love that will continue to guide us.